Chapter 14. Worlds Apart. After their lunch, Hyun-ki, in a romantic mood, invited her to dinner in a restaurant where they served the best food in all of Cebu City. So they went home to prepare. Later that evening, they head to the restaurant. Then were led to a specially prepared reserved table with candle lights, lavender air spreading over them, and a bouquet waiting for Riel. Wine and spirits are served during their dinner, and while eating, Hyun-ki began to reminisce about his growing up years with his brother here in the Cebu Business Park and was so happy and nostalgic at looking back on his life then. Riel was harmoniously absorbed in listening to his story. Then he whimsically thought of spending a day in a resort to see the beach that the city is proud of in the morning before returning to the head office at the Bonifacio Global City. She fondly accepted the idea. After their dinner, he led Riel around the restaurant garden to take a stroll before coming home. He just wanted to be alone with her, engage in conversations, and learn more about each other. As they were chatting while walking, he slowly walked on the pavement and stopped, face to face with Riel with a severe but tender gaze. He held her hands, both eyes met in silence. Hyun-ki spoke in all tenderness. "Riel, since I laid my eyes on you, I was initially attracted to you, which confused me. Every time I look at you, it gives me a strange feeling that I have never felt this with anyone. I realized that this feeling was deep and serious. That's why you are so special to me." Riel was speechless, uneasy about Hyun-ki's confession. She couldn't look at his gaze in fear that he might see in her eyes that same feeling he had for her, and she was afraid her hidden and controlled feeling for him may give her away. "I think I am falling for you." Riel's silence stood long between them. Riel felt uneasy, not knowing what to say. "If at this moment you do not feel the same way as I do, I won't rush you. I am willing to wait. Just let me love you," beseeched Hyun-ki. Riel looked deeper through his eyes, seeking his sincerity. "I have this anticipation but also fear because I'm afraid of getting hurt. We are worlds apart, Hyun-ki. If I accept your love, it may only leave us heartbroken in the end. And I sincerely believe deep inside me I can't bear the thought of losing you," Riel responded. Hyun-ki felt joy within, then took her hands, squeezing tightly with assurance. "I love you, Riel. I promise I'll protect you, stand by you, and never leave you. I want to be honest with you. I have these misgivings about loving you. You are too much involved with women who are always around you, and it would not be easy to say we both love each other. It is also because of our situation in life. You are wealthy, a CEO of your large corporation, while look at me. I am but an ordinary individual and your employee. What do you think people may think about our relationship? What do you think your family would think about me? I am so different from your social status. It may only destroy us. And I can't help seeing us both broken." Looking at her intently, his gaze made her heart beat faster. Her insides seemed tingling. Her whole body was as if electrified, making her body weak. Hyun-ki broke the silence between them. "Don't let your fears and doubts overcome your true feelings. Riel, please give me this chance to love you. So, what if our life situation is different? Does that measure my love for you? Trust me. Open your heart for me, Riel, please," Hyun-ki pleaded. Riel was on the verge of tears. Her heart is thumping like the beatings of a drum. Her feelings are like caged butterflies wanting to be free. Hyun-ki wiped those tears and, gazing into her eyes, slowly held her face and kissed her gently on her nose, then on her cheeks, to her lips first with closed lips. And as their lips touched, Hyun-ki opened her mouth to kiss her more torridly. Riel, but gave in, slowly submitting into his arms, feeling so helplessly weak with roller coaster emotions as her tears shed uncontrollably. Her feelings were like a waterfall overflowing, wanting to rise then fall again rapidly. Then Hyun-ki embraced her gently and tightly, whispering to her ears, "Please don't cry. Believe me. Trust me. I will always be here for you, to stand up for you. I want you to stay with me." Riel. Hyun-ki wrapped his arms around Riel. That only time stood by. That night back at the mansion, the guard at the gate informed Hyun-ki that a guest was waiting for him. In a romantic mood, Hyun-ki and Riel got off the car, and upon entrance to the waiting hall of the house, Cynthia showed up, which surprised Hyun-ki. Riel ungripped her hand from him very quickly, but Cynthia caught it too rapidly and was surprised to see Riel holding hands with Hyun-ki. "Why are you here? I never asked you to be here," Hyun-ki spoke dismally, but Cynthia interrupted. "I can't wait for you, so I decided to come here instead," looking at Riel with a stabbing stare. Riel went straight away from the two to give them space, and ran up the stairs while Hyun-ki looked at Riel with deep concern. "What is the meaning of what I just saw?" Hyun, are you doing something behind my back? Hyun-ki interrupted. What did you say, Cynthia? Doing behind your back? About what was Hyun-ki's quick reaction? Are you both lovers? Hyun-ki, how about me? That leaves me now, asked Cynthia without breathing, then cried. Cynthia was crying and complained. Your lady butler doesn't want to move my suitcase, telling me to wait for you first because she was not informed that there would be another guest arriving. Huh? It is a rule in this house. You should know that of all people. So, if you have no invitation, you will not be more entertained to be allowed inside this house, he said absolutely and continued. You can leave now, Cynthia. You are not my guest here. Then called out for Ben. Bring Cynthia where she came from. Ben? She has no room here to stay. Cynthia was displeased and angrily complained. You are asking me to leave at this hour. Hyun, how could you treat me this way? After all, we had that night, and now you are throwing me out like a stray dog. Hyun-ki looked at her with a dark face, mocking her. If that's what you think, I have nothing to say. And about that night? You made the first move. I just gave in because you liked it, right? Hyun-ki felt a heavy slap on his face. Hyun-ki sneered, then Dorley spoke. The airport never closes, or you can check in at a hotel. Please leave now. Ben will assist you. Ben carried her suitcase back to the car. How dare you? Hyun-ki, how dare you treat me like this? Cynthia was fuming in anger as she was led to the door by the lady butler, Rosita. Hyun-ki ran upstairs, knocked on Riel's door, and immediately embraced Riel as soon as she opened her door. Is something wrong, Hyun? How is it with Cynthia? Riel felt worried. I make her leave the mansion. She is not welcome here, somehow irked by Cynthia's unexpected visit. But why? Where will she stay? Riel asked worriedly for Cynthia. She'll be fine. She's used to traveling. Please, let us not talk about her. She's not my concern, but you. Hyun-ki hugged her and kissed the top of her head. We're okay, right? Riel nodded. Hyun-ki held her hands and chirped. Let's go to the beach tomorrow. Let's unwind after our tensions. Let's have fun. How about that? I didn't bring any swimsuit with me. Besides, I have no intention of diving or paddling in the water. I am not in a condition with that idea anyway, because I have not yet overcome my fear of the sea, she said with uncertainty. Hyun-ki was puzzled. Why? Why the fear of the sea? What happened? She said timidly. I don't know. I just had that feeling, and it scares me. Hyun-ki consolingly gazed at her. Not when you're with me. I am a good swimmer, and I won't let the sea eat you up. Acting like a monster with hooked fingers as if scaring a child. Riel laughed out loud and hugged him instantly. Swimsuit will not be a problem. Let's buy your swimsuit at the beach store. Let's enjoy and have fun. He carried and swirled her around with excitement. Riel was thrilled by his excitement that she hugged him tight. And once more, both faces touched with eyes met that they couldn't help kissing torridly. Romance is brewing.